face. Hi, so this is Lisa Wilkinson, and I'm here with Melissa.
Hi, how are you?
We're going to talk a little bit about the advanced pregnancy yoga teacher training we're going to be running this year, and I'm going to be asking Melissa some questions, and we can look forward to understanding a little bit more. So, Melissa,
Yes.
we've known each other for...
Well, I just go by Tallulah's age minus 6 months, so whatever.
Both of us have been immersed in the birthing world with great passion. You have carried on your studies, and to date, I know you've just come back from a course. Who have you studied with so far?
Well, so far, if I was to start from the very beginning, and if we're talking about pregnancy or women's health, I've studied with Robin Sale. That's who I did my original training with in Santa Cruz, California. I've also done workshops with Colette Johnson from Seattle. She's kind of like the Seattle pregnancy yoga kind of guru. And then I've studied with Uma Dinsmore-Tully, who I'm sure everybody knows on this side of the world now at this stage. She's an amazing woman. Michel Audin, I did my doula training with him. I did another doula training with Donna International. And then I'm just back from America. I've just done a pelvic floor, women's health. It was a retreat with an amazing woman, midwife, pregnancy yoga teacher, trainer called Jane Austen. So it was myself and 30 other women from mostly America. And we spent 3 glorious days together learning all things pelvic floor, the pelvis, women's health. It was amazing.
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we've both been teaching pregnancy yoga now for, I think I'm about 16 years.
2003 for me, so whatever, 15 for me.
Yeah. So one of the modules we're going to be doing is going to cover pregnancy yoga sequences. I know if you're teaching kind of week in, week out, things can get a little bit stale, and you can bring some new stuff. So where did you get your inspiration for the sequences that you're going to be teaching?
Well, I mean, anyone who's done the training with us, they know how to sequence a class with, what they have, the yoga poses that they've learned with us and Dexter, and people who haven't done training with us as well. It's one of the first things that you learn in a training is sequencing your class. So you have your breathing, your warm-ups, your body, and then your cool down and your relaxation. So, with pregnancy yoga, we are, if you compare it to regular yoga, we are limited. And it's how we can, create more out of what we have, and using more props as well. I think the pregnant women all love props. So I have come up with, and it's a long time in the making, I've come up with a sequence using the birth ball. I mean, every pregnant woman's going to have a birth ball at home. And it doesn't matter, even if you don't have the space to store a birth ball in your studio, they can be deflated and pumped up. I got a pump from Decathlon. It pumps them up in literally 2 minutes. So it's all very light and easy to do. So that's the first one we're going to do. And then I also have yoga, pregnancy yoga, and the energy body. So all the different energy centers in the body, specifically the 7 chakras. And we're going to go through each chakra and learn about, focusing on this particular part of the body and what meditations, visualizations that will also activate this particular energy center. So that is, going to be fairly broad, whereas the yoga with the ball will have specific movements, whereas with the energy body, there's so much that you can do with that. And then I'm also creating, because I think there's a huge need for this. I mean, we all teach relaxation in our classes, and with whatever props we have, we try and get women into the most comfortable position. But I feel there's a huge need for more restorative yoga, pregnancy yoga. More restorative yoga and deep relaxation. I've run a couple of pregnancy yoga retreats myself in the last couple of years, and I'm, finding when we come to the restorative part, it's, people just melt, you know, they love it. It's where they get the most benefits. All of us could do with a little bit more rest. And so constructive rest. So there's going to be a sequence, a restorative yoga sequence as well, specifically for pregnant women. So there are the 3 sequences that I'm going to do in the morning. And then in the afternoon, we're going to delve into more different types of meditations and relaxations as well.
Okay, oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
Restorative. When we started the Calm Mama, we started it initially as a restorative class, then went more into deep relaxation, and it's just one of the favorite things that the women do here for its preparation.
I don't think people realize how much they needed it until they've actually practiced it. You know, people want to keep fit in pregnancy. You know, everyone's telling a pregnant woman to go to yoga now, which is absolutely fantastic. But our lives are so busy these days. You know, like most people are coming straight from work or a busy household. And, you know, although the movement is so important and, you know, everything that you do in the class is worthy, but I find the final relaxation is what most people are coming for in the end. And if we could incorporate more relaxation throughout our class, you know, you're training the body to learn how to rest and relax, and you're connecting to that feeling in your body, so it's easier to access when you need it the most.
So one of the things, I was with a group of midwives yesterday, and one of the things that they said again to me was they always notice the women who've done yoga as birth preparation because they're just more centered and focused and tend to have a much better experience, you know, wherever they are, even in a busy maternity hospital. So looking at the value of, if you can kind of sum it up, the value of relaxation in pregnancy and teaching women to get into that really deep relaxed state, what is the value of that, do you think?
Well, the value is when you rest your body, you have more energy. You know, most people are fairly depleted of energy, you know, waking up in the morning feeling stiff and aging when they're not. So, you know, that's the number one. I think the rest, we tap into that calmer side of our nervous system, like the peaceful side, this part of our nervous system that releases all those calming hormones that give us a sense of ease, but also it's hugely beneficial for baby as well. You know, you have those hormones crossing the placenta, hugely beneficial for mom and baby's immune system as well. So you're kind of setting the tone when baby's in the womb, and it's a great way to connect and bond with baby as well. But tapping into that, getting to know a feeling, I mean, a lot of people, you know, being told to relax can be quite a challenge. So it doesn't just happen overnight, but when you're practicing something continuously, then it gets a little bit easier. So, you know, sometimes the mind can be all over the place and the body can be relaxed, you know, and people, they're still relaxing, but when we have tools, then we can start to work on the mind as well. And then, you know that feeling that you get when your mind and body have just both together gone into that stage of relaxation. The feeling is bliss, absolute euphoric feeling, and that's why people, I think, keep coming back. It's because they float home after their class, and they find it harder by themselves to get that. But the more they come, and especially when you get messages from people who've given birth, if there's one thing that comes back to me the most is, couldn't have done it without all the breathing and the relaxation tips you gave us. So really all we're doing is teaching women to connect with themselves, and they're creating this themselves. You know, they're training their body basically to relax, and their mind as well, to connect to that as well.
Now we both together, when we were both pregnant with our sons, we both did a hypnobirthing training course in my front room. Do you remember we had
Yes, I remember it well.
the 3 sessions we had together. So what are your views now, because you also trained to be a hypnobirthing instructor yourself, what are your views on its preparation, the use of hypnobirthing for birth preparation in isolation?
Well, I did the hypnobirthing training myself only because I was interested in seeing what it was all about. And obviously, you know, I had a lot of women coming to my classes saying they were doing some type of hypnobirthing. And I was very interested, and I felt I wanted to be able to talk to them about it as well. So I did the training and I really liked it. I think there's great value in it. But what I found was post-birth, people were coming back to me saying they felt it failed them a little bit. And people were disappointed with their birth because they are, you know, trained to believe that, you know, you can be completely still in a bed, in a, you know, just in a deep relaxation, which sounds great, but really, you know, our body is pumped with adrenaline during birth. So we have the energy, you know, to give birth to our babies. And personally, what I felt was when I taught women to be very active, but in their mind in as best a state as relaxation as they can get, with all different types of techniques, I find the response is, you know, 50 times better than just one thing. I think hypnobirthing is fantastic, and the very few people who can, you know, hypnobirth in that really quiet, calm setting without making too much noise or movement, you know, they're far and few between, as opposed to the women who need to use their legs, use their voice, train their mind, you know, to stay deeply relaxed as well. So there is a place for it, but I think there's a place for mixing things up. Absolutely.
Yeah, so just another tool, but not a tool in isolation.
No, definitely not. I don't think we're serving women. I don't think we're teaching them properly if we teach things in isolation.
And we've also got to kind of, I suppose, be aware that they are going into very busy, overstretched maternity hospitals as well, and they really do need everything they can.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people, you know, say in England and America are going into birthing centres, so it's very different in Ireland. We have, you know, fantastic midwives out there who are also hypnobirthing trainers, and we also have hospitals that teach it. But I also know that these midwives are also teaching movement and sound and a combination, because we're definitely giving women a really false idea of what to expect. So I think it can be a huge shock. You know, birth is, no one knows how it's going to go. And especially if it's your first time, no matter how much preparation you've done, you're always like, whoa, okay, this is hard. Whereas if we say, oh no, this is exactly how it's going to happen, and this is exactly what you must do, we're kind of putting blinkers on them, as opposed to widening that space and saying, here's something else you can do, and here's something else. And I truly believe the mixture is perfect.
Brilliant. Well, listen, thank you for today, and we'll post some more information out about the module you're teaching and the dates.
Yes.
We've already got it half full, I think. No, over half full now, so there's only a few.
Fantastic. Yeah. And just a little bit about the relaxation part, because I talked about the sequences. Yeah, just to give a little snippet. I mentioned this already in one of our videos, but I'm going to be teaching meditations and kriyas, which is our techniques, excuse me, to create patience. And it's like movement and breath at the same time. And it creates endurance as well, which birth is an enduring event. So these are different movements where we kind of have to go through past that discomfort stage where we're not hurting ourselves, but it's like, this is hard, but we keep going. And I'll give tools on how to do that. Now, we have done a lot of that, you know, in our pregnancy training. These are specific movements, specific timing, and specific ways to breathe as well, which is very, very beneficial coming up to giving birth as well. So it's about challenging yourself and kind of going past that discomfort stage and learning how to relax. Brilliant. When you're not in the most comfortable position. And also, I'm really interested in this one. We're going to talk a bit more about using our legs and our hands and our voice a little bit more. So deep relaxation is there, but also, you know, there's so much energy pumping through our body that, you know, I think we need to move a little bit more as well. So there's going to be a mixture of deep relaxation and using our legs. So extra little techniques, different techniques to what I've taught before as well. So I'm really excited about these because it's kind of brand new.
Well, not only am I going to be on your course, but my mum is coming as well.
Oh, great. Oh, I remember her. How long ago was that she did her training with us?
God, I think that was nearly about 10 years ago. So yeah, she's coming up for a refresher. So it'd be great to have the combo on your course. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, that's great. I'm sure we can use some of her wisdom as well.
Thanks for today then, Melissa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Bye.
See you everyone. Bye. Thank you.